Are you looking for a cheap full-frame Sony lens that won't break the bank? In this video, we're checking one out. So if you're anything like me, you probably just spent a ton of money on your Sony camera body. Well, today I'm going to tell you about the one lens that you can afford and the one lens that you're going to absolutely love. It's this. So about a month ago, I went to the dark side. I switched from shooting on my Nikon D810 DSLR to Sony A7 Mark III mirrorless. But after I bought it, I had a huge problem. I had no money. I had the camera, I had some skills, but I didn't have the lenses. So with what little cash I had left in my pocket, I went down to my local secondhand camera store and picked up one of these bad boys, the 50mm f1.8 full frame lens. For less than $200, you can't beat what you get with this lens. You get awesome shallow depth of field, and you can shoot in really low light situations. While it's not the most perfect lens in the world, it definitely gets the job done. Now there are two aspects of this budget 50mm lens that you need to be aware of before buying. First, the autofocus. The second is the autofocus sound. Personally, I'm totally cool with both of these aspects. For the autofocus issue, I normally find my subject half pressed, then snap the shot off anyway, so I always take a second or two before firing off a frame. As for the sound, I normally never shoot video with my 50mm. Instead, I use the kit lens that came with my camera when I bought it. The kit lens has a much smoother autofocus system, and I can't hear the autofocus motor at all. So if you need your autofocus system to be lightning fast and dead silent, then this lens might not be for you. For everybody else, whether you're a budget shooter or just looking for another prime lens to put in your camera bag, this is a phenomenal option. I know there's a ton of other high-end lenses out there, but if you're tight on cash, this nifty 50 is your lens. It's such a beautiful focal length. To wrap up, let's take a look at a few more of my examples. Notice the creamy bokeh in the backgrounds of these images.
This lens is just so much fun. Shortly after buying my copy of the 50mm, I took a trip up into the mountains. I was on a photo shoot for Getty Images. I drove about 2 hours outside of Chiang city in Thailand. My objective was to photograph Thai hill tribes as they cooked and worked in the fields. The biggest challenge of this assignment was taking photographs indoors. There was virtually no light inside their homes, and the 50mm was a perfect lens for this challenge. All of these indoor shots were taken wide open at f1.8. Heading out into the rice fields to photograph the hill tribe work was just as much fun with this 50mm. This lens grew on me real fast. It's light, it's durable, and the image quality kept blowing me away. So there you have it. There's the 50mm 1.8 by Sony. An absolute bargain of a lens. A huge thank you goes out to the Hmong and Karen Hill tribes that let me photograph them for this review. If you have some questions about this lens that I didn't cover in the review, please comment below and I'll make sure to respond as soon as I can. Lastly, there's an affiliated link in the description where you can purchase this lens. I get a small kickback from these purchases to help keep this channel going. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.